A tab, a tab, a tab, a tab. Peace, 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 peace. A tab. Dua. A tab.
Dua Ita.
Ujah, greetings everyone. So as you know, we're going through some foundational teachings, philosophy, and metaphysics concerning the pyramids, specifically the pyramids of Giza, but pyramids in general, what are referred to as pyramids. So today we're going to look at, well, the last time we were here, we looked at the original entrance, what is referred to as the original entrance to the Great Pyramid, which is the large one on the Giza Plateau in the ancient city of Anu, that is now Cairo. And, we went through the hieroglyph that is above the entrance. So we're working with the outer structure, or the outer portion of what is referred to as a pyramid, the Mer. So today we're going to turn to the Black Pyramid, which is found in a region of Egypt that is now referred to as the Shore, that we've been to a few times. And you can see it's all dilapidated and doesn't really resemble a pyramid right now. And the reason why we're turning there is because of this structure. This structure was found near this pyramid. And this is referred to as, the Kemetic term for this is a benben. Benben of this Purda, Amenemhat, Maat, and Ra. And you can see that the benben is made out of a black stone, polished, and it has a few features on it. It has the symbol of Heru Bedet, the winged sun disk with the serpents arising out of it. The sun disk is Ra, and the serpents are the goddesses, Set and Nebuchadnezzar, Uachit and Nicobet. But the winged sun disk is Bedet, Heru Bedet, which represents the all-encompassing spirit. And then you have here the left and right eyes of Ra. So the sun and the moon, and penetrative insight into reality. meaning spirit consciousness. And you have three Nefer symbols, which are pronounced Neferu. And we'll talk more about that later. And we'll talk more about these features later. You have lines of hieroglyphs, inscriptions, beginning up here. So you have these features on this stone. And you have features, these inscribed features on the four sides of the stone. And the stone, there are many of them. And this one is stored in the Cairo Museum with others. And they're placed on the pinnacle, the very top of the pyramid. And again, it's referred to as Benben. And it represents the junction where spirit meets matter, where spirit and matter comes together. So when spirit and matter comes together, then there's the potentiality for manifestation of objects. The universe is an object. So when spirit and matter comes together, the universe can be created on the will of the divine, which is the cognitive process of the divine. So the Benben represents the junction where the potentiality for creation emerges. And then Anu would be the first solid, coagulated ground that is produced from this junction of spirit and matter combining. And matter in this sense will be unformed matter. So where spirit and unformed matter comes together. And from there, so think about it. So that this symbol is on the very top of the pyramid with the implications that I just said. So what that means is that if we go back, what that means is that, so the Benben is at the very top. It will be here and it will be here. It means that the four sides of the pyramid, all four sides, represent the four equilateral planes of the universe. You can call it the four directions. But it's more than just directional. It's cosmological. It's planes of of the dark matter flowing in directions from a pinnacle from which that dark matter permeates from. So the four sides of the pyramid represents the four sides of the universe. And the earth is included in there, and etc. And the moon, etc. And there are four divinities that are associated with the four sides. And recall that, I'm going to go back. that this symbol is of Heru Betet, which is a form of Heru that vanquished his emissary, which is referred to as Set, his enemy, which is referred to as Set. He vanquished him, and he vanquished all of the emissaries of Set. And in this context, Set represents egoism, and his emissaries are the tentacles of that egoism. So pride, jealousy, debauchery, insolence, etc., anger, rage. And so Set is an aspect of your personality. Your egoism is referred to as Set. Your higher consciousness that sublimates and vanquishes those tentacles of egoism, that is your Heru Betet nature, if you're able to do it through spiritual discipline. So Heru Betet is at the top. So the four sides of the pyramid are actually divinities. And those divinities relate to the four sons of Heru, are the four sides of the pyramid, with each divinity representing north, south, east, and west. So the whole universe is a manifestation of the great divine. So the universe is a manifestation. The universe is a metaphysical manifestation of a hidden underlying reality. And those manifestations are the essential nature of those manifestations are that supreme divine from which they have emerged from. So that means that the four sides, or the four directions of the universe, are actually manifestations of that one divine, and therefore the essential nature of the universe is that one supreme divine. And recall, you are going in here under the symbol of Happy Asar and entering into this structure that is referred to as a pyramid. Original name is Mer. To discover that one supreme divine. So when you're looking at the pyramid, you're looking at a manifestation of the one supreme divine, which is now a divinity. So the pyramid is a manifestation of divinity. It's also related to the Bennu bird. The Bennu bird is the Greek phoenix. Its prototype is the Bennu. That's where the Greeks got the idea for the phoenix from, was the Bennu bird. And here's an inscription of the Bennu in a papyrus text. You can see the edge of the hieroglyphs here. So the Bennu represents the renewal of awareness of the consciousness of spirit. And that's what these symbols represent, these two eyes with the Neferu. It represents the conscious awareness of spirit consciousness. And therefore associated with Ra. And you'll see where Ra is on the Benben stone when we go back and do more detail into the symbols on the Benben. Therefore symbolizes the soul's reverberation to its original essence. This is an important point because the individual deposit or the idea of an individual soul of a human being is merely a metaphysical construct. The soul itself is on a path for discovery of its true abiding nature. Recall that Haperer, the cycle of the spirit soul. So within you, there is spirit soul. And all your troubles and trials and tribulations in life has occurred due to the perceived separation of spirit soul from its essential nature. So the soul now becomes tied to a mind and a body. And through the delusions of the mind, the person is having experiences, material experiences through sense pleasure, which brings about pain and suffering. So to rectify that condition, and that condition is known as ignorance, to rectify, to resolve that issue, to bring it to an end, you go through a cycle. You have to cycle back to your essential source. So you're moving from ignorance to enlightenment. And that's why you come here, you enter here to participate in the spiritual disciplines that will allow the soul, that lead the soul to its true abiding nature. And if you take a look at these structures, they're massive, they're huge. So in the Great Pyramid, there's over 2 million blocks, like 2,300,000, some weighing 40 tons, 50 tons, 80 tons. So what our spiritual ancestors are saying to us is that there's something great, profound, magnanimous beyond, great, profound, and magnanimous beyond the capacity of human language to express and to grasp. There's something supremely profound about the true essence of a human being. And when a human being is living out of anger, hatred, jealousy, debauchery, lust, murdering, killing, raping, whatever, they have fallen so far away from that glory that the fall is inconceivable. It's a great downfall. They built these structures with such size to try to relate to the human being the true greatness that lays within. the essence of soul. But most human beings today miss the point. They don't get it for whatever reason. Mostly the RU that has been accumulated by living a normal human existence. If you want to know how the ancient Egyptians did what they did, is because they discovered and lived through that great power and magnanimity of the soul. Consequently, it relates to the mystic integration of spirit soul, asar, and spirit consciousness. And again, this is a great occurrence in the life of a spiritual practitioner. So we'll end here for today, and we'll come back next week and continue. Remember, we're having our OPET Festival commemoration, Ramses III teachings in September, the 19th to the 22nd. And it's something that no one actually should miss. So the links will be, you'll be able to see the links below, etc., how to sign up. Okay, dua everyone, and dua once again for a wonderful devotion. Until we meet again, Hetep, dua benu.
Dua Sehu, Hetep.